to end the spoiler section, we got to talk about Haley Atwell. There's only one parachute or paraglider, I think it is, to basically evacuate the scene for the IMF to leave the train. And Haley Atwell, according to the plan, was supposed to stay back, and then Tom Cruise keeps going. And that's exactly what happens. And then you have Haley Atwell turning to Kittredge and saying, I was told that I was going to be offered a choice. And that basically implies that she is going to become an IMF agent. Are you excited about this prospect, Ricky Flex, leading into Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2?
They need a woman on the team.
We're down, right? Yeah.
Rebecca Ferguson, Elsa being gone. And she proved her worth. Like Haley Atwell was awesome in this movie. So she proved that she's capable, right? She has a lot to learn. Clearly she has a confidence issue right now, right? But hopefully like they can kind of get over that and it won't be the same. And part 2, hopefully we kind of get past that and it's not like the same timid character, or they use it as a character arc where by the third act or something, like she gets over her timidness or something, whatever it is. I just don't want her to see the same character in the next movie. I want her to be developed throughout.
Yeah, it should be a little bit of a time like frame. Like there should be a difference a little bit, like more than just like one scene leads into like part 2. Like it should be a little like time where she could develop as like an agent. I think that'd be really cool. And that was a way where like we were discussing if they were going to end this film like as a loss for Tom Cruise. And it wasn't. It wasn't a loss whatsoever. He comes away, he gets away scot-free, and then he has the key at the end. Like everything went like it is as much in favor of Ethan Hunt as possible, which was kind of shocking for a part 1 and a blockbuster, right? I also was thinking, I think she's going to have an integral role, obviously Haley Atwell in part 2, but I was also thinking, I think someone else is going to have an integral role with the loss of Elsa. I want Jeremy Renner to come back as Brandt in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2. It is time. He left after Mission Impossible Rogue Nation because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He had obligations. During that time, he's doing Endgame, so he can't really, he couldn't prioritize Fallout at the time. He isn't dead in this franchise. They don't even really acknowledge that he's not there. Part 2, which we want to make this movie bigger, more epic. You lose Rebecca Ferguson, but you gain Jeremy Renner. You could have him as a comeback to this franchise, but also Jeremy Renner as a comeback to like his injury that he suffered with the snowplow incident. I think it would be an amazing story. Him in this franchise was never that physical of a role anyway. I think he would be an amazing asset at this time where we don't know where Luther is. We basically just have Benji and Ethan Hunt. Let's get Brandt back in, bring back Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, like people forget this was supposed to be his franchise, like post Ghost Protocol. People forget. Crazy. But then Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie were like, now we're taking this over, like me and him as a tag team here. So
he got cucked from that and Bourne.
Right. Wow. So
and then he got run over by a plow.
Yeah. And Hawkeye is Hawkeye.
And Hawkeye is out of the MCU. A tough run.
So I would love to see it as long as he's healthy. It might be tough, but I will love it. Revisiting the Mission Impossible movies over the weekend here, I thought he's good. Not as good as I originally thought, but still really good. And I would love to see.
He was too good for like the minimal role he had.
Exactly.
Jeremy Renner.
Exactly. It's just like he should be the one. Like obviously Tom Cruise should be the one leading this, but he should have his own franchise. You could feel like that weird alpha, like he's still an alpha, but he's clearly not the alpha to Tom Cruise. But he's like an alpha, like compared to Simon Pegg, like. It's like, no, like Simon Pegg, like he's a B, C list guy on the team. Jeremy Renner's not a B, C list guy on the team. He should be an A list guy. Like it's kind of weird.
He's a D-lister on the Avengers, but like in Mission Impossible, he's next to Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg. He should be up there in the pecking order.
Yeah, like there's a reason why they picked him to lead Mission Impossible after Tom Cruise, but they just didn't go through with it because Tom Cruise wanted to keep going. You know, there's a reason for that. So I totally agree. And like McQuarrie also said that there's going to be new storylines in part 2, and there's going to be new characters with new storylines, right? And he also said the biggest spectacles yet are going to be in part 2, so I can't wait to see that, especially with the submarine underwater scene, right, in the Arctic. That's going to be sick. There's a scene in Africa. Like, I can't wait for these scenes. But Jeremy Renner, again, if he could recover, right? There's still 60% of the movie to be made. I will love to figure out a way for him to get in here.
Absolutely. Like that, it would be a comeback of all comebacks. And like Tom Cruise loves a good storyline, like to go alongside like the promotion of the movie. We're bringing back Brandt. We're bringing back Jeremy Renner. Let's fucking go. All right.
Oh my God! Wait, sorry, we
Ricky,
didn't
you have
we
another
didn't
detail.
mention Palm Clementine. That's
Oh, yes. And Palm Clementif at the end of the film. Well, we think that Gabriel has killed her. And we also think that she's giving her dying words to Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, where she is revealing the location of the weapon from the entity, right? The one that everyone is like, where they will have access to all this information, technology around the world, to every single government, yada, yada, yada. She gives him that information, and then it seemingly dies. And then here comes Shea Wiggum and his partner. His partner takes her pulse, and then he says, "We got a pulse. She's alive." And then she is potentially going to be an ally of the CIA and of Ethan Hunt going into, or maybe not Ethan Hunt, maybe just the CIA this time, because they're the one who are actually rescuing her. She's not a part of like Gabriel's team. She could be a part of the CIA, therefore still quite an enemy of Ethan Hunt, despite helping him at the end.
But Ethan Hunt saved her life, or spared her.
It's true.
So she will never go against Ethan Hunt again. If they ever meet again and she's on the CIA, she will switch sides like it means
What
nothing.
about a tag team of Haley Atwell and Palm Clementif as an IMF agents?
Yeah, doctor. I think they got the key, but they got to get to the Arctic here in the submarine. I think they're going to need all the help they can get.
Ricky, would you watch a spin-off movie of Haley Atwell and Palm Clementif as agents? Let's say after Dead Reckoning Part 2. Let's say we want like Tom Cruise gets a little loosey-goosey with the films that are coming out and maybe doesn't have a priority starring role in one of these films. Do you think if they kill it in Dead Reckoning Part 2, like they did in Part 1, will they be able to have their own spinoff?
I would need to see more. Like Palm Clementine had 1 or 2 lines in this whole movie. Like, and now you just want to.
I want it to be the same thing in the next movie.
If they show chemistry, like a buddy duo type of thing, I'll think about it. But for right now, no, I think you're just trying to like mess with me a little bit.
Oh, but, dude, I'm actually in favor of it, bro. No. I'm not trying to coax you. I'm the one.
Okay,
I'm the one who's on board with it, to be honest. And I don't know, Tom Cruise. Like, I'm starting to think about when you introduce young characters to this franchise, you always have in the back of your mind, similar with what you saw with an aging Harrison Ford and obviously Dial of Destiny. Phoebe Waller-Bridge comes on. What immediately pops to your mind? Can they take up the mantle? That's what it seems like. We're kind of. That's just like. It's sorry, like probably not going to happen. But like, you can't blame me for thinking that, or any audience member to think that.
I can't blame you. You are right. I cannot blame you.